Hello, my name is Shelley and welcome back for another episode of EU4 as Jerusalem. In previous episode we started a war against Israel, which we've occupied already the northern half. There's still a little bit more down here to occupy. Of course, they've got two allies in India, so that's causing a bit of problems, or well, at least the subcontinent of India. But yeah, we are probably going to be fighting off the Gujarat armies down here. They've got a bit of troops. They're not too many though, but a decent chunk, I dare say. Seems like they're actually pulling some of their troops away though. Is that because they're still fighting a second war? No, they're not fighting a second war anymore. They might have some rebellion to deal with, to be fair, I don't know. Plus, they may have noticed that there's another army heading south. Production stifled. Oh dear. We can afford taking a bit of inflation, actually. So, Ajam, no. Actually, that's a good point, though. We will want to pillage your... actually, no, we're not going to pillage your capital, because we're going to be taking that zone for ourselves. Alright, I think what we're going to do is we'll catch up the army over there. We'll send in a bit of reinforcements. Oh, we lost a general down there. Alright, let's go ahead and get a new one there. 3633. That's actually pretty good for sieging. As well as fighting. Let's send all three of these armies to catch the armies there. Okay, we caught only the small army, admittedly. Advancing North merchant class, okay. Bourgeoisie gets a bit more influence. Oh, that was running away now. Okay, so would they be... First of all, Gujarat will not take a peace deal yet. What about... Well, actually, that was Delhi. But Gujarat probably won't take that either. I'm gonna have to split the army in here a little bit. So we are gonna be sinking that few ships at least. Gujarat's armies are heading up north. Let's go ahead and try to intercept it a little bit. With some of these armies. If we can win the battle, we can get a decent bit of war score from it. You're still going to Kashan. There we go. We'll capture another two ships from them. Yeah, you keep running. Alright, so... Anywhere close to accepting the peace deal? Not really. Go ahead and siege down Fasa in the meanwhile. That one's still moving through. Are you locked into the desert? Hold on, is this... It's not the worst army. I'm gonna fight you in the desert. We might lose this. Serbia's a thing now. Wallachia a thing now. Oh. Excellent. Oh, Nitra is a thing. Okay, so yeah, they lost a lot of land. Could maybe try allying Wallachia and just start feeding a lot more territory over here, surrounding regions to them. Including from Lithuania, for example, who's... Oh, right, not Lithuania, they're your partner under Spain. That'd be a bit too difficult. Let's have a look at the battle in here. So, we started with a fairly decent roll there. Taking a bit of catalyst, but we did win that battle, even though... Well, actually, no, they took a bit more catalyst than we did. Right, we can probably bring the armies back to our territory now. So, Ajam, are you willing to take the peace deal? No, still not. I suspect that Gujarat and Delhi are... Well, they're not willing to take the peace deal yet. Oh dear, our treasurer has died. The one that we had already upgraded at least once. Now, to be fair, we did have the... We did have an advisor. I think it's this one. That is reduced cost. I think we're going to go ahead and take that one and we'll upgrade that 2 times to get the best out of it. Do we have extra... no, we still don't have a particularly good advisors over there. More Imperials and Casus Bellis available. Actually, we could go invest a little bit further on getting the career controller again soon enough. Delhi's got a little bit of war exhaustion. Nothing massive yet, but they got a little bit... Oh, it's only minus 12 for the peace deal. Because a lot depends on if we can peace out someone like... Oh! Right, Delhi's fighting a second war, so they might be willing to take a white peace sooner rather than later. But that also means, or explains why they're busy and not appearing in here anyway. That is okay by me. Not really any good workshops right now. Once we get the counting house, that's probably going to increase the productions a lot. Which is admin 24, so that is the next tech level. There is, of course, the stock exchange. I suppose that's another thing that we could probably build in some areas. Where do we get the most improvement? Ability might not be too bad. It's not the best, to be fair. The sober is not... Oh, that one's down south, isn't it? Right there, yeah, that... It could be quite handy. We can upgrade that one. Maybe these two. There we go. And also, I suppose we could afford assigning a few more of these. So, how is the manpower situation? 228,000 max. We could go ahead and expand some of these. So we can get more manpower from the provinces. and thus increase the max maybe a little bit further. It's not really going to be that massive increase right now. I'm sure that over time it'll be quite significant. But yeah, now that explains why Delhi is getting more exhaustion. So they're losing the enthusiasm soon. Like one more month and they'll probably be... Oh. Oh. Hold on a minute. Kilwa is fighting against... Oh, Safala. Oh, right. Oh, is Safala... Oh, that's the vassal. France is expanding in here. I don't... Oh, it's the gold provinces here. No, that's what they want there. How strong is France? They got 300,000. You know what? I'm going to decline on that one for now. Because we don't really have much to gain in a war against France right now. And a lot to lose. Not necessarily that much to lose, to be fair. But it's just... It's going to be very costly. We're not really ready for it quite yet. Oh, truce with Timurids and Karakayunlu has ended. Oh, there we go. They will actually take the peace deal now. I could maybe get a little bit of cash. 25 ducats. It's not a lot. I'll take it. And now we're going to start coring a lot of this. Probably not all of it. A decent chunk of it, at least. I suppose the ones that we're not coring, we're going to start converting. Let's see, that's the Marines. They can probably all stay behind here. We'll send in the army of Alexandria to the west. Because we could do a war against Serbia, who is allied to Wallachia. Oh, right. We may vassalize Wallachia after that. Huh. That's a possibility. And then Austria, they still have Sweden and Strasbourg as allies. How strong is the army? 26. Oh, wow. They were really weakened after the war against France and all that. Okay. So we do a bit of war there. We do... Oh, Spain's got quite a bit of land in it. Well, a decent chunk of land in what used to be Naples, essentially. We've got another army over here that could... Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and send you around. If we do a war against Karakayunlu, which we might... Let's actually have a look at the casus bellis that we have against them. So, the imperialism, it's less cost and aggressive expansion. Not quite as much prestige, but prestige hasn't really been a problem for us for a long while anyway. Actually, no, you could stay there. If we do fight against Karakayunlu, Mushasa is going to be in that, but we might not want to start the war quite yet. Got a decent bit of casus belli. In the meanwhile, we can do a bit more coring, and we're getting 665 ducats per month total income. So it is slowly improving. I suppose in the meanwhile, we could go ahead and extend the production efficiency. I suppose you could get one there. Another one over there. Where's the tax income? There it is. Which areas would be in high? Well, I suppose somewhere over here might not hurt. We could probably start building another army as well. Of course, with that, we might want to actually just separate some... Oh, Golden Era culture. Well, ain't that great. So, for example, the Knights of Jerusalem, we could go ahead and separate 2 infantry from there. And send it to Jerusalem itself. And over here, we'll get another 2 cannons instead. So we'll start increasing the total army sizes a bit further. We'll wait for that army to arrive in Jerusalem before we get that anymore. Serbia wants military access, but I'm not going to give that to them. We got the army... Actually, where do we have the army? It's over here, so that's going to take a while. We'll probably do the war in Serbia first. Conquer all of that. We don't really need all of it, actually, do we? No, this is all Balkans, so yeah, we do want them. Now, we do have the claims in there as well, so that's fine. That should be a fairly easy war in there. Doing even more conversions in the meanwhile, and actually, we can't start coring any of these things now, since we're converting all of them. Oh, did we get the... Oh, right, yeah, we could upgrade the Parthenon now if we had the money. The extra possible advisor could be quite handy. At the same time, I'm also going to go ahead and just build a few more manufactories. Keep the building construction queue still going. Oh, do we have... Yeah, we got some papers point. I suppose we could invest a little bit more. So we got about 1 in 4 chance of becoming the nuclear controller once it's time for that. Let's go ahead and start increasing this. Let's go for 10 infantry first. Get the 2 cavalry, and then we'll get the 10 cannons. So that leaves... Okay, so we could get up to 25,000 men right now without building any more or increasing the force limit. I suppose we could increase that quite easily a bit further. So that one's doing the rebel suppression. This one's not doing anything, actually. In which case, yeah, we are going to actually send that one to Rabat. At least we're going to get some of the coring done now, so that will reduce the overextension a decent chunk. We'll still need a bit more points in completing all of this. Actually, we don't really need that much points. We could already core all of those, we just... Oh, we lost the Admiral Ansung. Oh no. Okay, we've still got Kazuraptor at least. But it was the Admiral over here. We will probably get a new one actually. Okay, 5442. That's a pretty good 3-star Admiral here. Not too shabby at all. Oh, and we probably have got on the... Yeah, we've got on these 10 ships here, so let's go ahead and combine them. Oh, actually, we could already upgrade this. Oh, we got an merchant... Oh, where was that sent away from? Probably Hormuz. Yeah, I think that is the case. Because we've still got one in Ethiopia and Gulf of Aden. Basra, Aleppo, Persia, Crimea, Astrakhan. Yeah, that must be it then. But yeah, we've got... Oh, right, actually, you should probably do a bit of rebel suppression here for the time being. Not necessarily for all that long. Once we get the coring done, we'll do a war against Karakayunlu. Or at least started everything, then we can probably start doing that. Although, I suppose we were going to do the war against Serbia first, weren't we? Let's get the army in there, and then we can probably set that up already. Oh, there we go. We are once again the career controller. And do a bit of investments there, and we can select the golden ball, so there's development costs, institution spread, that, getting fairly close to the next institution spawning. Aggressive engine impact, that could be quite handy. Decratia Rex, yearly absolutism, regiment drill, okay, so that could be okay. I'm gonna go with the institution spread. That'll be quite handy. Hopefully the Pope doesn't die before the institution spawns. That actually reminds me, we probably want to get some more universities. Rhodes already has one. Get one in Gallipoli. For Gaza, and let's get one in Jaffa. We got Cairo, already one. Let's get one in Damietta. And maybe... Aleppo's already got... Damascus going to get one. So we're going to... once the institution spread, it'll at least spread a bit faster to those provinces. Saxony wants to ally me. Oh, I don't know if Saxony is going to be a good idea, to be fair. You've been fought off by so many nations, so yeah, that could be a problem. You know what, I will still take it. Also, I just realised we are pretty high on mill points right now. There we go, that's a little bit more development. Now we could have up to 220,000 men in our army. We could probably afford... Well, we'll take a little bit of prestige. Well, the prestige is still increasing pretty heavily, but it's not quite as quickly as the other option. Ah, right, so we went to 22,000 men. Okay, so I had a bit of miscalculation in here, didn't I? But now we could start coring a few more provinces. So how many more do we have? We're not necessarily going to get more than 2 cavalry at this point. I think we're going to have, like, maybe 6 more infantry. We'll start with 4 and 2 cannons. So it's probably going to be like 16, or let's see. Yeah, 16, 2, and 12, maybe? But it might not be the most optimal, but I don't usually go for most optimal solutions anyway. It's just so that we'll have a decent bit of cannons in the back row, but also there's a little bit more frontline troops than back row troops. Because the flanks tend to fall fairly quickly, although quite often it's the middle that crumbles first. Anyway, that's another army being made. And I can bring another army in the rear, so to speak, just to keep the things at bay. So Serbia, you do like me, Brunswick. Oh, big belligerent. But no, we're just going to go with the... I suppose we could go with the imperialism, although... Yeah, we need to take their capital. I suppose that's fine. Wallachia is going to be assisting them. There's level 6-4 actually in there. Oh, alright then. Just going to go ahead and siege down Belgrade first. That'll be pretty quick. Especially with the siege... Well, it's only 1 siege pip on the general, to be fair, so it's not that great of a siege general, but it's still better than nothing. And there we go, now we're coring everything. I suppose we could actually use the artillery barrage there to speed things up a bit further. So now they've got a siege going on over here. Oh yeah, Wallachia is trying to siege down something. That army is... We're still waiting for 1 more cannon. Once that's arrived, we could just send this one up there. Or, I suppose what we could do is send this one, deal with Wallachia. Generally speaking, we could just... oh, actually, do we have... Don't have enough transports there. Where is the transport fleet? Oh, it's right there. Okay, yeah, no, we could send it to Antia while picking up with fleet. They will never expect that, hopefully. Wait, the French troops are just walking through my lands because I give them military access. I mean, it's a long distance to go for them, but sure, I guess. Maybe they'll take a bit of attrition along the way. There we go, Belgrad's been sieged down, so we got the Taking War score already. Go ahead and stack wipe the enemy army here. It's got a 3-star general there, so that's not too shabby. We can probably try to catch that in... Oh, okay, we can't go through there. Fair enough, fair enough. I think it's time to start upgrading Parthenon in Athens. We're not initially going to spend the manpower for it right now, because we're going to need a decent bit of manpower for expanding our army and all that, and reinforcing some troops every now and then. Speaking of reinforcing and all that, let's go ahead and load up the troops, and then we'll go ahead and land in Bulgaria. I suppose that would be more like modern-day Romania, to be fair, but regardless, we're going to win the battle in here. That's a sack wipe. Go ahead and get started on some of the sieges, and there we go, that's another stack wipe. Now we're going to go ahead and start sieging down Zeta. That'll probably be a fairly quick siege. Is there any more? No, we haven't lost any of those modifiers yet. Oh, believes it's the Emperor. Okay. Yeah, the Empire's kind of fallen quite a bit off. Still kind of large area-wise, but it's not strong at all. How's the governing capacity right now? So, oh, actually, we managed to reduce that drastically now. Truce in Mombasa has ended. So we're not that much over the limit. I suppose we might want to build up a few more of these regardless. Because that way we can, in fact, maybe make some more cores. In these more sort of central locations. And that way we can get a lot more force limit and manpower and everything else. And I suppose also income is going to be improved. Ooh, making almost 700 already. Well, 675 ducats right now, but yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. An historical theatre. Yeah, we'll take the bit of unrest there. We'll get some innovationness, and that's another 2 conversions complete. I'm going to start one more. Thus far, but that's alright. So is this one? This is waiting for 2 more units. Actually, we're going to go with the extra cannons there. And then that can take over a lot of the rebel suppression duties over here in Persia. Because against the rebels, you don't really need a general if you've got the numbers advantage. Or even if you don't have the numbers advantage, it's not really something that you have to have. Actually, we can get a little bit production efficiency over on these 2 as well. Spending a decent bit of money on those, but... Oh, Hudson Bay. Right, Korea is really exploring right now, aren't they? Wanting to get all the maps that they can get their hands on. Unhappiness among the peasantry. You know what? I'm going to take the stability hit. We'll get the prestige, because we're not that far from being able to just regain the stability instantly. Or almost instantly. Oh, Somalia is raiding our coast. Okay. I wasn't expecting that, but sure. So we're well ahead in time and tech. We're not needing to core anything quite yet, so we'll get the land maintenance modifier. So we're now just 2 ideas away from completing the economic ideas, and then we can get all these policies. And that is going to be quite good. Plus we get an extra 5% discipline, which is going to get us to about 119%. It's not too shabby. French Canada's got a bit of troops in here. We're currently waiting for these sieges to be done. Trade protections, Italy. We could hunch some of the pirates. I don't think we're losing that much money. Because one of the things that we could actually do, come to think of it, is just make up a massive fleet of privateers and send them to privateer in Genoa. Genoa is a pretty valuable node there. They've got 150 guns hunting pirates there. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and... We've got a lot of room for ships right now anyway, so we'll start by starting to build... I think we'll start with 20 ships. We'll expand that further. But let them taste some of their own medicine right now. That'll be probably good. I do wonder if I could vassalize Valahia. I suppose maybe. We're going to turn it into Marsh as well. Just to signify that we're not going to be expanding our own territories further. There we go. That's been sieged down. So let's go ahead and siege down Trem. And then I suppose it's just a matter of sieging down Valahia, really. Got a pretty good amount of money, so we need to start upgrading Athens. Let's go ahead and start spending a bit of cash to speed up the construction process. And then I think it might be a good idea to get one more manufactory underway. Somewhere. How much are we making for production now? Almost, okay, 184 ducats per month. We're making almost 400 ducats from trade. I suppose if we increase the amount of production, it will also increase the amount of trade, so that kind of goes hand in hand. I guess we're going to get this siege done soon. Oh, and we can get the stability back. Excellent. It's kind of the good side of having such a massive amount of influence in the Catholic world is that we get all the influence we need with the Pope. And especially since we're allied to the Pope. Oh, there we go, that's a lot of course done. Let's go ahead and get some more conversions underway. And another stack wipe. What do you actually wonder? Wallachia. Oh, they've unconditionally surrendered. Wallachia, would you be willing to become a vassal of mine? Not really. How about you give up claims in my lands then? Take your money. And I will also force religion. Actually, maybe don't take the money. It's a force the religion on you. No, you don't want to take the... Okay, that's too much. Well, in that case, let's go to Serbia and we'll just annex them. There we go. And I suppose we don't really need to worry about this area too much, unless we want to start fighting against Austria, which... Oh, now they got more allies. Okay, so that's not necessarily the best idea right now. Let's go ahead and send in the armies to fight off Karakayunlu and all that. We've got a bit more territories to conquer in the east. Well, actually, a lot more territories to conquer in the east. Alternatively, we could do a quick war against Ethiopia, who is currently fighting against Somalia. Oh. Why is this war about? Great Holy War against Partey. Oh. Alright then. Not exactly what I was expecting. Oh, right. Yeah, no, okay. This is going to be 32,000 men, isn't it? So, yeah, we're going to get increase at that. You want some more... You know what, Pope? I'm willing to support you. Spain, I'm not going to give any more money. But Pope? Unlawful... No. I'm not going to give unlawful territory back. It's mine now. Oh, and we lost a general. That's unfortunate. 3410. Not exactly ideal general. I mean, it's still decent. It's a 2-star. I was hoping for a little bit higher stats there at this point in game. Oh, well. Oh, we got 99% crown lands again. That's pretty decent. And we are getting the government reform stuff fairly... Well, I say fairly rapidly, but it's actually not that much because we got such a high local autonomy due to having such massive areas. But at least the... Oh, that would give us more governing capacity. That would be quite handy. Road culture cost goes down. Advisor with rulers culture go down. Cultural safe haven. Manpower same culture group at provinces and agriculture group provinces. So that would be a decent bit more manpower. Taxation of foreigners. So we get the more base tax in general. That would be actually okay. But I think we're going to go with the government capacity once we get to that. But we're not there yet. Although we got a massive amount of mill points again. Alright, let's go ahead and push in a bit more development in the meanwhile. Well, that's a little bit more again. It's not enough to get another point in landforce limit though, but I suppose it's good enough for now. Actually, we should probably go ahead and invest a little bit more in, or speeding up the construction in Athens. That's going to be now next year. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just basically build that immediately. There we go. So that gives the extra advisor. So next month we'll have a bit more options for advisors. So maybe we can finally get a mill advisor. Ooh, discipline. It is accepted culture. Yeah, we'll take that advisor. We'll lose a little bit morale, but we can get this up to level 5 as well. Not that we necessarily need it right now, admittedly. But we've got the money. Actually, that does remind me, though. More universities are needed. Get one in Cyprus, actually, because that's a nice sort of a central location there. Once it gets there, it's going to start spreading to a lot of other areas as well, along the coastline. We haven't really increased the max manpower too much yet, but it is slowly improving. I suppose a big thing, though, is that if we were to start utilizing the... It's not the... Hold on a minute. Right, the military administration in a lot of these areas, we can probably get the manpower go up a bit further. Not necessarily going to be instantly all that massive, but it is a bonus that we can get in there for relatively cheap cost. Right, so have our armies arrived in the east? Not entirely. Got the ships there, so I suppose those two armies have already headed east. There's one there. Where's the other army? Also, we're getting the... Right, let's go ahead and gather up our light ships that we started building. Do the privateering in Genoa. So how many cannons is there in here? So each one of these heavy frigates has 25 cannons. That's a good 500 cannons total. Let's go ahead and start privateering in Genoa, shall we? It might be a bit of a loss. Actually, that might not be entirely accurate. It might be stating that because they currently have people hunting pirates. Ooh, trade crisis. We're going to spend a bit of Diplo points for that. There we go. So now it's only minus 15% efficiency. And we've got a decent chunk of there. How much are we actually making in there now then? Yeah, almost 7 ducats per month. That's a decent bonus. I think what we're going to do is we will build a few more of these ships though. We'll go a full 50 ships there. Well, it's not really full, but a good 50 ships there to do the privateering. That'll probably give us sufficient numbers to make sure that they can't really counteract that. Plus, it gives a bit of a reason to build a lot more light ships, which get us a little bit higher up on the getting closer to the naval hegemon. I mean, we don't have the 500 fleet, and we don't have even nearly enough heavy ships to be the biggest one. At the same time, our total income, 672. It's not quite yet 1,000, but we are 2/3 of the way there, so that's not too shabby. Oh, and there's one revolt being dealt with. Good. There's an army. I suppose this one could be sent... Wait a minute, do we still have armies? No, we did send those away. I'm going to send this one up to Constantinople to deal with some of the potential rebellions over here in the Far East, and probably Anatolia as well. Oh, right, we sent one army down south, didn't we? And then we got one army over here. Right, so Ethiopia is being seized down by nations. The Allied Party. We could do a war against Somalia. They still got Mara, Mamluks, Kanem-Bornu, and Mombasa. Who does Mara have? Ajam, Somalia, Baluchistan, and Sistan. Ah, okay, so first of all, we might want to actually just do the war against Karakayunlu then. Got a lot of claims, or we can get a decent bit of claims in here. So that's just Mushasha and Timurids. Oh. So there's these two. What about Mushasha? Who are you allied to? Timurids and Karakayunlu. Oh, so I could have you as a co-belligerent there. Okay. Let's have a look. So, Mushasha co-belligerent. We'll go with the Imperialism casus belli just to reduce the cost a little bit. So it's a decent bit of troops, I suppose. A large chunk of that is from the Timurids, to be fair. It's like 160,000 or somewhere around there. Total. We have currently only 2 armies in there. That one can be... Well, I suppose we've got another army over here that can assist. And plus, I suppose that could assist if we give... Oh, right. Let's go ahead and send this one up northeastern. Bring this a little bit closer. Maybe we can sort of get Mushasha out of the war sooner. If we just bring in more troops here. So we'll have 2 armies in the south, so that's 64,000 men. And we'll have at least 2 armies in the north. That's a total of 120,000, 28,000, but is that going to be enough for local militias? Oh, that's a lot of manpower that we lose there. But we will increase the professionalism regardless. And there we go, that's another conversion completed. So how is our professionalism looking like anyway? It's 66% right now. We haven't spent any of that on slackening the recruiting standards, which increases the manpower recovery speed now. So you don't just get the instant manpower, which kind of makes more sense to be fair anyway. I do like that change, in fact. But yeah, the professionalism is pretty decent. It does increase the siege ability, increase the damage that we deal, and more manpower. So that's all good. What's the next thing? The next thing is gonna... Oh, reduce morale damage taken by reserves. Oh, that's actually quite handy. And then there's the general cost at 100%. And that would be quite useful as well, although... Oh, there we go. Another core completed. It's not usually the end of the world. Naval construction. In Tunis, I'll go with 2 heavy ships. It ain't too bad. French exile. You know what? We're going to try improving relations with France a tiny bit. France is fairly strong in military advance. I mean, admittedly, our troops are pretty good. And we got massive development. We just haven't increased the total amount of our army yet all that much. Or the fleets, for that matter, really. However, I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.